So I guess, for anybody that's not been aware of what's going on with us, so we finished this amazing, wonderful, but exhausting 4-day encounter. Monday morning, Jesse has a little nose procedure. I talked to him Sunday night. I'm like, do you really want me to be there? He's like, nah, Dad, it's routine, no big deal, so I don't even go. That turns into an arrhythmia problem during anesthesia, which turns into going to Vanderbilt, which turns into 3 hours later, your son has a bad heart. And this is a kid, a lot of you guys know us for years, but Jesse plays rugby, he wrestles, he's run 3 half marathons, and it's just, and he played 5 years of football, and it's like, you gotta be wrong. This kid's fine, but sure enough, they said, it's getting easier to say, but they said on Monday afternoon, he could have died that morning. So we're extremely thankful that it was discovered that God saved his life. That's the way we're choosing to look at it. But it was a powerful time to be in that room and to hear that. And to see our family just come together the way we did. Our son's so funny because I don't remember him ever crying, ever. It's kind of a joke in our family. When Cookie died, that gerbil or hamster or whatever, the whole thing,
like bawling,
very emotional, just like whatever. and when Lydia left for Australia, I just blubbered and cried.
Unintelligible.
See you in 6 months. So it was sweet. He cried and he actually pointed at his tear. And he's like, look, I have tears. And he's like, I'm a real boy. So it was tough initially to hear that and to hear that he could have been one of those kids that dropped. They said he's one of those kids that drops dead on the field. So that's crazy for us. But thank God he saved his life, and we're hunkered down at Vanderbilt now for 11 days. And they're indefinitely, again, a lot of y'all have probably seen the updates, but we were kind of, there's no like, oh, let's just go in and fix his heart. It's just a bad heart. It's got to be thrown out at some point. It's just not going to last. So we were like on this pathway, hearing about heart transplants, and then boom, yesterday we got a letter, and I wrote about this today in the update. They just delivered a letter to us and said, oh, you're on the transplant list.
The transplant coordinator said, I need to give you a copy of this letter. And I was like,
okay.
I open it up and I'm like, he's on the transplant list. Like really out of the blue.
Like, it's highly unlikely, but it's like, from then on, he could be, and then it's like, I need to process this just a little bit, And then a half hour later, he's there, like, do you guys want to be on the transplant list? And we're like, I have no clue. Do I want to be on the transplant? I don't know. I'll leave that to you guys. But we have a lot of peace about what's going on. Honestly, for those of you that's visited, it sounds gloom and doom. But if you're with us and you're in the room, which several of you guys have been, we're kind of having a party. And it's been just, actually, I was telling Amy Gardner, it's like we've been away at a condo somewhere and we can't leave because it's raining outside. And so we've been playing video games and just hanging out and laughing so hard.
But we can't leave.
It's just the whole heart thing that's kind of getting in the way at this point. So.
And Jesse feels fine. Which is, I guess, one of the big things that makes it hard for us to process is that he's still yucking it up. He's still like wanting to, he's like asking nurses, can I jog down the hall? And they're like, leisurely stroll, that's it, And so.
And our family's nuts, so like first 3 days, we're like, Jesse, no death jokes, okay? Seriously, no death jokes.
But he didn't listen.
He didn't listen, yeah. He's just all the time going, oh, something like that.
He's got to stop, this is not funny.
And you guys were like all around him. He's like, guys, I'm 16. I've had a good life, right?
He did do something like that.
He did say that. Oh my.
Extremely irreverent.
The
heart playlist.
The girls made him a playlist with music like My Heart Will Go On, Achy Breaky Hearts, and How Could You Be So Heartless?
That is fun.
So,
good job.
Anyway,
Good job, Gabby.
Now we know that the journey, because we're on a journey here, and we know that it could get worse, that he could get worse, but we're just making the best of it. Again, if most of you guys are probably following our prayers for Jesse page, and I did give some specific things to pray for today in terms of, what did I say to pray for? Just his health, and he would continue, for miraculous healing. It was funny because Chris Stroop came yesterday. Some of y'all know Chris Stroop. She's a friend. She was part of our wedding. Her husband led worship at our wedding, and so we've known them forever. But she came in and visited for a while, and then she's like, "Can I pray for him?" And I'm like, "Heck yeah, go for it." So it was pretty awesome prayer, and at the end, Jesse said, "Can I get an echocardiogram right now?" He was ready to see the miracle. You guys have to promise me this, that you'll do an echo right before you take his heart out, because I want to give God every moment to perform a miracle. So if that's possible, I believe it is possible, and I continue to be open to that. While at the same time we're not stupid, and we're still pursuing all the medical things that need to be done. So we hope that it continues to be as much fun as it has been, but I think the thing I dread the most is just that 24-hour period where he's actually getting a heart transplant. That's going to really suck.
Oh, gosh.
I don't even know what to do. He had a catheterization thing to his heart last week, which had some percentage chance of going badly, and I didn't breathe for 2 hours. It was awful. So obviously we'll have the big prayer alert when he gets
possibly a sedative. Jesse's like, "Do you have any medicine you could give my parents?"
Actually, kind of be nice. They just put us to sleep for like 12 hours. Let us wake up. Hey, he's okay. So, but in terms of the encounter, I think I'm just kind of a teacher type, and so I actually started because we've been involved in the encounter for 17 years. It is in our DNA.
And Jesse was in utero, literally. He was.
Yeah, Derek was a trainer, and she was pregnant with Jesse, and I do consider myself an encounter ninja. So, whatever. You have to be involved. That's just for my own benefit. I don't care what you guys think. I sneak around the room. So I did, but I believe in what we do so much, and not just the experience, but the ideas behind it, and it's been so applicable to us. The other day I just started, again, this is just kind of the way I do things, started thinking about how we're applying the encounter to our situation. The first one was feeling our feelings. Derek talks about how, things happen in your life, and you refuse to feel the pain or cry the tears that are necessary. And so we've just been an open floodgate. The first 2 or 3 days I just was kind of constantly leaking, but hey, let it leak. Whatever's there. So we're very current and present in our emotions, and not ignoring the situation. This one I thought was funny. Overcoming idols. Do you guys remember Derek talking about the idols? So you said the 4 idols were looking good, feeling good, being right, and being in control. All those just get destroyed when you're in the hospital. You don't look good, you don't feel good, you're not right, you're not in control.
You're certainly not in control.
And so I just was recognizing, how in this season just kept going, okay, all those things that you normally want to try to control about yourself, you just can't. Sharing our pain and getting back love. That's kind of a big idea, and we've tried to do that with you guys, and sometimes I feel like, man, this is like I'm just a big downer, sharing all this news with people that genuinely care. It's like, I know you've got lives and great things going on, and but we share our pain, and we've gotten back so much love. So, and you're getting like an early edition. She's coming to the November training. Causing an experience. We've been just very intentional. I just the love that we've experienced with the nurses and the doctors. people saying, hey, I hope I get your room tomorrow, which is just so cool. Our nurse today said that. I really hope I get your room tomorrow, because we're committed to cause and experience, not for show, but it's just kind of who we want to be, obviously for Jesse and for our family, but also for those around us in that floor. Even today we had what's your pastor friend that came by?
Tom Tyndall.
Tom Tyndall, just a random person showed up, and he came in, and toward the end he's been a pastor, and so he's like, can I pray with you guys? And one of our cardiologists was there, and so I just brought the cardiologist right in here. Like, you're jumping in, buddy.
Circle of prayer. It was awesome.
He also shredded on the guitar this afternoon. So I mean, I think because we're so clear about the experience we want to cause for Jesse and for everybody around us, I really feel like we're living in this bubble. Like it's just a really bad place, but for us, it's been
A place of peace.
a place of
And been a big place of peace.
And then the last one I just wrote down was I just wrote down say it loud, say it clear from Mike and the Mechanics. Just that whole idea. I mean, it's obviously that life's not no guarantees, and I honestly have no regrets for how I've parented my son. We have had an amazing life together, and we have lived life absolutely to the fullest. And if something were to happen, I know that there's nothing. We did everything we could to live life.
Trampoline in the living room.
Including putting a trampoline in the living room for several months like this. We had a trampoline in our house for a while, a 15-foot trampoline.
We had no furniture in that room.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. So we had a baby shower that I think Marissa was involved with.
It was Marissa's baby shower.
We weren't there, but they were like, well, you can come over and use our house, but I mean, there's a trampoline. So, I mean, obviously the message of just making every moment count, especially you guys with kids, to just make it count so there's no regrets. And like I said, I think we both have zero regrets for how we lived our life together. So, it'll be a lot. I mean, it's going to continue, and it's going to be amazing. I mean, I can't even tell you the parties I'm going to throw once that boy's got hard. I mean, it's unreal. We're going to go to the moon or something. Whatever my budget can afford, we're going to celebrate. I'm praying that it can happen soon. We can just have a wonderful Christmas and New Year, but that's not in our control. But we are going to blow it out. Until the police are called. I don't know. Non-alcoholic, of course. But, I do want to say it's not been perfection. I mean, we've had a few bad moments with the kids, the other kids. I told Seth a couple nights ago, I was like, well, I guess I gave you some more reasons to be pillow. So it hasn't been, it hasn't been perfect. I always tell my kids, I'm like, I don't have a parent manual for this situation. I definitely don't have. There's no section in the parent manual for your kid has a heart transplant. I guess the final thing I would just add is I was thinking today about, you and your lives and the challenges that you have. You have a lot more opportunity to impact the situations. You guys in your marriage. We're in a horrible situation, and we can't do anything about it. I mean, we can make the best of it, but we don't have any control over that. But situations like this, you guys have a lot of control. You can make it work, absolutely, and all of you guys in the situations and the challenges that you're having in your life, you can make this situation. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot more control over those, and I would give anything to have more control over this situation, but I don't. I'm just making the best out of it that I can. Your thoughts yourself? I mean, we're so thrilled. I mean, like I said, it's just been difficult because normally we're right there in the mix, sharing what's going on, and just it's just the glow of what seems like a lot of great testimonies that maybe you guys have a chance to share, and a lot of them to share on Facebook. But we're certainly thankful.
It's been a good balance to, we're in the hotel. In the hospital, there's not a lot to do, so we're on Facebook quite a lot. So we have appreciated knowing the life that is going on you know, with you guys and the things that are going on, and then life does go on, you know, and even for him in his life, but for you guys, it's like there are good things that are happening. It's been a nice balance to any, you know, downers with his health.
And it's been so wonderful to have some of you visit. John's brought a couple meals. I don't want to point you out, but I mean, just really appreciate that. And of course, now that I say that, I'm like, who else is going to but anyway.
But not only that, John's just, he shared his heart with us in that too. So, and
his experience.
It's touched us greatly, and we talked about it. We appreciate you. And
So.
to go, we just met you.
As far as like, you know, we're not totally unplugged. You know, there is the November train coming. It's amazing. We already have 22 people signed up. I did want to read one little with, I don't think I'm sharing anything. Taylor's mom signed up. I got to read this one thing. Where is Taylor? I don't
give permission for your mom.
Yeah, I don't think nothing too personal. I just love it. I mean, one of the things we're really about in this is generational, you know, connection and change, you know, which we certainly experience in our family, but certainly, and it's not possible for everybody, but to have, you know, moms and sons. Your mom said her purpose in attending the encounter, she said, "Our son Taylor won't stop talking about it." Exclamation point. Anything that that has him this excited, I will pursue. Isn't that amazing? Can't wait to meet your mom. We, Lord willing, short of anything changing in our lives, we plan on getting an invitation to join the team over the weekend. We have limited spots, but we do try to give preference to new people, since that's something you're considering. You know, if you got people that want to come, I'd have them sign up. I mean, you guys are kind of on the front lines. It's more front of your.
Did it fill up, 7 weeks out?
Yeah, I think it's going to fill up earlier than that this time. And you know.
Didn't your mom sign up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
So-
your mom's been leaving sweet messages for me saying, I have my daughter back.
That's amazing. And I mean, God's so good, and we believe obviously we're the biggest, you know, proponents of this thing. So we know, because we've seen, you know, from years doing this. I told Phil when he's kind of with my connection, I kind of helped enroll him, and you know, he kept on talking about the different challenges. And I'm like, dude, you just got to be here. You just got to be this thing. Well, I don't know if it's going to help. I'm like, dude, you just got to come to this thing. Just trust me. Come to this thing.
A vacation schedule, and you're like, your family's going to be better off if you go to this.
See, that was a ninja move right there. That was truly an encounter ninja move. That was pretty ballsy to say, yeah.
During the encounter, said, I trust Josh. I said, I gave it back to you Thursday night.
And you know, just look for people in your life. I kind of said this in one of the posts I put. You know, people that are really hungry and go for it and want change. If you go in wanting, you know, y'all had different levels of desire for change and whatnot, and it does get ramped up, I think, once you get there, as well as the frustration and anger and boredom and all that other stuff. But you know, encourage your friends to come. I think it's going to be a huge blessing, and you know, we'll be sitting here in a few months with another group that's had a fantastic experience. We're also starting to work on our winter retreat. I know Jennifer got me some information today, so once we have that nailed down, we'll start putting something out. We like to have a 1 or 2 night overnight, so you can see what Derek's like at 7 in the morning or 2 in the morning.
It's not great.
Anyway. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all letting us share. I don't want to hog too much time. Hopefully, I didn't. So I was going to kind of like Chris and maybe Jennifer, Colleen, some of you guys kind of facilitate. Because what we want to do, what we normally would do, is just kind of open up conversation. So our stuff is, off the stage. We want to hear what's going on with you and your lives. And not just the good, but, if there's anybody struggling, I always like to say, if there's anybody struggling, hey, what's going on? Let's hear about it. So, anyway, so I don't know, Chris, you want to say anything, but we will move off the stage.